Welcome back to the Fasting Focused Lifestyle Podcast. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I have gotten an episode for you here, but I'm so glad that you are here with me today. I hope you've been well since we've last connected, but I want to share with you my topic this week about what diet culture does not talk about and how that relates to your fasting journey. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Fasting Focused Lifestyle Podcast, where we will explore how a simplified practice of fasting can positively influence your entire body, mind, and lifestyle, helping you live a long, healthy, and meaningful life. Hi, I'm Vicky, and I'm your passionate fasting support coach. With fasting as a lifestyle tool, I've shed over 200 pounds and kept it off without any surgery, diet fads, or gimmicks. And I am confident you can also achieve all your goals with this powerful lifestyle tool. If you're ready to tap into history's oldest healing modality for yourself, I encourage you to check out my services at thefastingfocusedlifestyle.com. I appreciate you for joining me on this week's episode, and I look forward to sharing some valuable fasting support with you after this short ad break. Thank you.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
First thing I want to do as we get started, I want to give you listening right now a big, warm, supportive hug. And thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here. Thank you for entrusting me. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for everything. I love just giving so much gratitude whenever possible. It's very much a part of who I am now. Was it like that in the beginning? Absolutely not. But through this journey, that's one of the things that I've just come to have so much gratitude and appreciation for every part of my life, no matter what, even if it's positive, negative, mundane, boring, whatever. So much gratitude. So with that, I want to continue and talk about what diet culture does not talk about. So to start, I want to remind you, in case you haven't seen or read in my content website, wherever, that fasting is not a diet. So repeat after me, even if you're just saying it in your mind, fasting is not a diet. There's a reason why I call my approach the fasting focused lifestyle, because it's a lifestyle. While you may come into this practice, this intention with your weight loss efforts as just that, an effort to help to improve your weight status. Maybe you were like me and have an extra 200 plus pounds that you're needing to help to balance on your body. And that was my kind of headspace when I first started out. But the thing attached onto with that I hope is applicable to each and every single one of you listening is that you keep this open, curious sort of mindset in each and every single day of this. And the more you can have this excitement, curiosity, like a kid would be, like this excited getting to look forward to, what am I going to learn? What am I going to discover about myself and my life, and how things can change and improve slowly over time in this lifestyle, using the tool of a fasting practice each day, goes so far past, beyond, and away from what a static quote unquote diet is categorized as in Western, in this kind of hyper glamorized, shiny, data driven, data motivated, like, just the way that I can just best describe it is like it's just diet. And as a side note, and I'm sure there's going to be lots of side notes because it's been a while since we had a podcast episode and I'm full of side notes. But anyway, if you've heard me say it before, I'm going to say it again because it's worth repeating. Anytime I hear the word diet now, to me, the term diet is a way of eating. That's it. It's a way of eating, the way you consume food. For me, my diet, my way of eating is predominantly plant-based. I have had some bouts of eating small amounts of dairy, but my diet way of eating is so vastly different now than how it was before. But also on top of that, like the way that I think about food, the way that I see food, the way that I prepare it, the way that I buy it, all that combined, which is just one sliver of this entire process, this entire approach, is so vastly different than how things were before when I first started. And it should be. It should be this growth and process and evolution, right? If you treat this very, very powerful healing modality, which, side note, fasting is the oldest healing modality in recorded human history. This very, very powerful tool. If you treat this very powerful tool as a fad or diet, it will unintentionally hinder your process. I've talked about this in bits and pieces before in previous episodes. But if you think about it in this sense, you're mentally psyching yourself into a position where you're treating fasting as any other just weight loss product, fad, gimmick, tool, whatever other stuff is out there that you've probably tried. I've tried a lot of them. I'm not going to go into, there's previous episodes where I talk about my previous weight loss tools and methods that I've tried before in the past. And fasting got me to where I wanted to be. Period. Like, fasting is an innate, instinctual behavior that our bodies can benefit from on so many freaking levels, down to a cellular level. And as I said, it is the oldest healing modality in recorded human history. Period. Like, absolutely. Initially, it can be challenging to break that habit of feeling like we need to eat all day to achieve your weight loss goals, because this is what's told to us from birth, that we have to eat all these meals, we have to eat all these snacks in between. So breaking away from that thought process of, I need to restrict what I eat, I need to measure what I eat, I need to count what I eat, I need to torture myself and having cauliflower rice instead of actual rice, I need to have cauliflower mashed potatoes instead of actual mashed potatoes. And this poison kind of thinking that we should be torturing ourselves, we should be punishing ourselves. Oh, I was bad, I had a cheat meal, so I need to torture myself the next day. Oh, that will hinder your progress more than you probably realize. So before we go on further, like if this has been you, because it's been me, I'm going to give you a big, warm, supportive, I totally understand. I understand so much. Hug. There you go. Take a deep breath for me. It's okay. It's okay if the way that's your thoughts were before. That's okay, because that's so many folks out there still have that way of thinking, and that's hard to break away from, especially if you've been at it for a long time, as I did before coming into this lifestyle. So this broken rhetoric of conventional diet culture, believing that we have to obsessively count, restricting calories, adhering to food lists, using products that who knows what's in them. Yes, they can say like, and make all these promises and, this can happen in 30 days, 60 days, however many months. It's hard to break away from that. It's hard to break away from these promises of success when I feel it's such a discredit to the way that our bodies want and are ready to work for us if we allow ourselves to have this environment set up for success. Again, fasting is the oldest healing modality in recorded human history. We just got to get out of our own way. We have to set our environment right in order for us to be successful. And the best way to do that is thinking about how you can reframe what you're already doing in small little bite chunks, small little steps each and every single day. Not a whole list all at once, not the food list, the working out, the this, that. Like thinking you have to buy all these workout tools and all these products and proteins and pills and wraps or belts or shoes or whatever. Start with what you have. Start with what you have. Start with what you know. And one of those things, as we talked about before, the beginning of this episode, your diet, your way of eating. And if that is, honestly, I would recommend to think about that in the first approach. If you're fresh, new, or maybe you need a recalibration sort of thing. Thinking about how you eat each and every single day. If you were like me, that was, as soon as my eyes opened, ready to wake up for the day, I was ready to stuff my face. I was ready to put food in there. And for me, that didn't stop until I was ready to go to sleep that night. And any emotion, any feeling, any stressor, any excitement, that was an excuse to eat. That was a reason to go to the fridge, to go to the pantry. And often, also, if you were like me, I preferred to not have anybody else around. I like to eat in private because to me that was my ability to be unhinged in the kitchen and to just allow myself to go overboard like crazy. And that is scary. That is very scary because there were often very many times, and I believe I've talked about in previous episodes too, where I could remember coming to the kitchen and mentally checking out, blacking out, whatever you want to call it, and just eating to fill a void, eating to feed my emotions. That's all I was doing because of lack of, self-love, respect, value, whatever. So knowing that my diet, my environment was the first thing I needed to modify, I didn't change anything about what I ate those first 2 weeks in this lifestyle. And for me, that was a lot of rip and dump meals, a lot of, frozen food ready to go in less than half an hour sort of food choices. So I didn't give myself a list of food. I didn't give myself expectations to measure. To me, it was just limit the amount of time I'm eating throughout the day. And that first approach of 16-8, so fasting for 16 hours with an 8-hour eating window, that's all I adhered to. And that modification of making it so that I was not eating all day was the big kick in the propelling forward in this lifestyle that I needed. And there were times that, I remember it was a bit challenging, but allowing myself to just remind myself what that meant in the sense of I'm giving my body a break. Understanding that your body fat on your person, on your body that you carry is fuel that your body has brilliantly, intelligently, instinctively stored for later use. And not everybody's going to want to go down the full fasting, tangent rabbit hole that I have thoroughly enjoyed going down. But I think just a basis in understanding that your body fat is fuel. That's it. Your body fat is excess energy that your body has brilliantly stored for later. And when you utilize this practice, this instinctive, innate tool within us of fasting, those other changes in our lifestyle are so much easier to modify and improve the more that we're consistently showing up for ourselves. And diet culture doesn't talk about this. They want you to have this list and schedule. They have you print out schedules or, have these crazy food lists and products that your body doesn't even know, like frankenfoods that are just insanely processed and keto this and I don't know. It's just, I've unsubscribed, like mentally unsubscribed from a lot of this stuff because it's just so broken in its approach. Because to me, it's such a dishonor and discredit towards what our bodies know and are able to do on their own if we just provide the right environment, if we're putting the right materials in. But again, coming into this as a newbie or reframing and making another attempt at this if you feel that you did it improperly the first go around or whatever. Letting things be as simple as possible completely goes against diet culture. They want you to overcomplicate it. They want you to punish yourself. They want you to think about how you had all these cheat meals and, oh, you've been so bad and you need to do things like this now. That's setting yourself up for a challenge in a negative sense. It's going to set you back so far, spiraling mentally. Like, the more you can be patient and have this sense of self-compassion on this journey where it grows and evolves. And as weird and yes, hippy dippy, like get hippy dippy with this, get weird, get goofy, get silly. It's like you rediscover yourself. You rediscover what you're truly capable in this journey. And it's this growth, this step by step, day by day, even moment or second by second in each and every single day of how freaking wildly capable you are is this growth and journey that should be savored. It should be savored. It should be enjoyed. And diet culture doesn't want you to have this process of like, I love my weight loss journey. Like, I loved my weight loss journey. And it was not easy. Like, midway, like, in case you didn't know, midway in between my fasting journey, like, I became a widow. And not going to get too teary-eyed here, but like, having your world completely flipped upside down with becoming a widow, that besides having a weight loss effort be part of what my life looked like, that I've seen my grandparents, my Nana especially, like, talked about this before in previous episodes, so I'm not going to go too much in detail. Check out earlier episodes if you're interested in more. But that was the reason why I started my fasting journey, because of my grandparents passing away so quickly within each other, within a short time span of each other. And my grandfather passed away in 2017. 10 months after, my grandmother passed away willingly, just ate herself to death and just let herself perpetuate in this downward spiral of lifestyle diet choices where, that was a very, very messy place. And she passed away on the 1st of June in 2018. And it was August 2018 that I was like, excuse me, swear warning, fuck this. I need to live. I need to live. And finding a testimonial with fasting, I went all in. I went absolutely all in and just got excited for what possibilities could unfold for me. Keeping steadfast and strong for about a year or so, and then being hit with the truth that now I'm a widow. Like, now I got to do this alone. Now I got to do this as a single mom. Now I got to do this. So it was like, that's my fire and will to live, is knowing what power this lifestyle tool has to keep me present, to keep me emotionally where I'm not going to be, sending myself into a self-deprecating spiral because of the ebbs and flows of life. Like, we're not going to live forever. Repeat, we are not going to live forever, but the quality of your life depends on so much more than you realize. And your efforts with your thoughts, your actions, your feelings, behaviors, and all that stuff is drastically affected by even something as simple as your weight loss attempts with whatever you choose in your approach. But obviously we're talking about fasting here. So like, diet culture doesn't talk about any of this. It's this like torturous process that we have to force ourselves to do. No. You get to do this. This is your ticket to live. This was my ticket to live, and I discovered it and put so much value and importance on this. Nobody's shaking me from this. Nobody could ever shake this out of me. And my conviction and staying firm in the way that I feel with this power and passion in why I do what I do every single day, you will not see in any product. You will not see in any other Frankenfood diet, weight loss list, food approach protocol out there. You won't. You absolutely won't. But I'm telling you, you will feel the difference and change manifest from inside, little by little by little, the more you're consistent with this. And it should be messy. It should be full of challenges, because this is where you realize that your adherence and practicing that consistency and showing up no matter what the life looks like for you in those day-to-day mundane days, in the days that, hey, you have losses and things are going fantastic, wonderful, or when those setbacks come, when the challenges, like I did when I became a widow, or when I lost, where we were living last year. Like, these ebbs and flows of life can be absolutely destructive if you let them. If you let them. That's the thing. If you let them. So diet culture they want you to think about it in this sense of like this external little attachment of who you are. It is your entire life existence that you have to put so much value into, feeling that it is your non-negotiable. It can be your ticket to live. And like I said it so many times in this episode, but it's worth repeating. Fasting is my ticket to live. It is so much more than just a static, glamorous, external weight loss attempt. It will radically, drastically, dramatically rock your world in the most life-altering way. If you let it, if you're consistent, if you're showing up for yourself, little bit at a time, day by day, even second by second. So again, the truth is, while it can be, and most definitely will be challenging at first, I want to encourage you to think about this. Think about how you can reframe the thoughts and feelings that you have towards weight loss in general, right? Towards changing it towards seeing this approach as something that you get to do. You get to do this. You choose, you elect to do this for present self, acknowledging, loving, giving so much attention and respect to who you were so that you can step into who you are becoming. And these will provide benefits to your success in your fasting journey well beyond, more than you probably even freaking realize. Like, the ripple effect knows no limits, infinitely. Like, it will just affect your life in ways that you probably can't even wrap your head around right now. Like, side note, I love looking at my Facebook memories. And if that's something that you enjoy, I would recommend for you to do that too, because I'm a millennial, xennial, however you pronounce it. I love looking at my memories in Facebook. And 1 year ago today, I was on the cover of Women's World, I believe it was, Women's World magazine, with this social media, Babs, I think her name is. If you follow folks on social media, it's like Brunch with Babs or something like that. But anyway, she was on the cover of the women's magazine, and I was also on the cover. It was smaller than hers, which I don't care. I don't care. I was on the cover, and I had another featured article in this magazine. So having opportunities like this open up for me was not on my radar, was not something I was aiming to achieve at all. When, 2018 me was looking at my reflection in the mirror and saying, today is my day one. Did I have in my mind, I'm going to be on the cover of magazines. I'm going to be losing 200 pounds. I'm going to be having all these things happen in my life. I'm going to be becoming a widow and having my world rocked upside down. I did not know, obviously, any of that. Did I have hopes and aspirations? Yeah, but I did not hold on to them. Like diet culture will tell you, like having this, I'm going to lose 30 pounds in 30 days. I'm going to do this any amount of days. Please don't. Please, it's good to have hopes and things that you're compassionately, patiently, respectfully working towards. But additional little side note, don't attach hard-pressed timelines for them. Let things be open, compassionate for yourself, so that as long as you're practicing consistency, showing up for yourself, excited to grow, evolve, and learn through this process, again, those life-altering changes that will happen on your journey will happen in the time that they're due to happen. And yeah, hippy-dippy, we're going to get a little weird here. Let things happen in the time that they are meant to. The constant is you're going to be consistently showing up for yourself every single day. And that growth and that consistency in showing up for yourself is going to evolve and change. Some days are going to be at a higher intensity level. Some days you're going to have to pull back and be like, oh, I went too hard in my fast yesterday. I'm going to need to pull back. Or, oh, I was a bit too lenient in my food choices. So I need to be more mindful and choose more commonsensical, good for me food choices today. This ebb and flow, up, down, back and forth, is normal. Diet culture will tell you that, oh, you're doing it wrong. You got to punish yourself now. Go to the gym for 8 hours. No, honestly, swear warning. Fuck that. Forget that. It's going to be hard to break away from that if that's what you're used to. But patience. Take a breath. I'm going to give you another hug. Be patient with yourself. This should be slow. Let it be slow. Don't attach a timeline to it. That's only going to hinder your progress. Let the beauty of this process and tool, the power of this, let this come naturally, so long as you're consistently showing up for yourself each and every day, because it will ripple outward in so many amazing, freaking amazing, seemingly magical ways, way beyond what you could even imagine. Trust me. Trust me. Okay? Trust me. Because as I always say, and I truly believe, you can do this. I believe in you, even if you don't. So keep going. You got this. I'm going to give you another virtual hug because I'm full of them. We got to catch up for last time. You got this. Keep going. I believe in you, even if you don't. If you are in need of support on your fasting journey, I am here. I care, and I know you can be successful. Check out thefastingfocusedlifestyle.com for a free jumpstart 7-day plan to get going on your fasting journey if you're just starting out. Or if you are in need of additional support, check out my fasting support club. All information, again, is available on my website, thefastingfocusedlifestyle.com. Thanks again, and I look forward to connecting with you next week. Take care. The Fasting Focused Lifestyle Podcast. Copyright 2025. The information given within this podcast is not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Please consult your doctor before starting any weight loss method. Thank you.